Welcome to the Speak Your Piece podcast. My name is Ian McNaughton, Big E here. Thank you for joining us. We have three very special guests coming on this podcast this week. First, I'll throw it over to SYP creator Scott. Scott, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing well. I'm excited. We got a big tournament coming up tomorrow, and we're going to play some good golf, and so it should be good.
We are not legally allowed to say tournament, so thanks to Scott for fucking that up.
Shout out to Bonnie for changing the rules. We're actually good to go.
Is it now good to go? It's now officially.
It's officially an open.
Yes, we did it. We did it. We did it, everyone. We did it. Also joining us is SYP creator Cory, aka Shmuel. Cory, what's going on in your world? What's going on in Cory's world?
A lot of stuff. New business underway, but other than that, we're going pretty good.
Talk about the business.
If anyone wants to hit me up for golf lessons on the side or wants to learn their numbers, got a new toy today. Hit me up.
Now, your sister Eliza was on the podcast, I think 2 weeks ago. Eliza was on, and she talked about how Scott sells knives. Are you also selling knives, or do you also believe that Scott sells knives?
No, Scott sells knives.
Okay, that's good. That's all I needed to hear. And then finally,
that's clear.
Finally joining us, non-girl boss, SYP creator Kevin, who fortunately can make it on the podcast, even though he's poor at communicating. Kevin, this is your first time on the pod since, not this past Super Bowl, but Super Bowl prior with the Niners and Chiefs, wasn't it? I was there for Super Bowl weekend, and you were on the two-part podcast, or were you so drunk?
Yeah, we talked hockey.
We talked a lot of hockey.
Yeah, Gabe and Keith. That was in the first Coyle house with them.
Yes, that is correct. All right, glad to have you on, Kevin. Oh, all right. So,
my life is also good.
That's great to hear. I wasn't asking, but that's great to hear. So, pretty much, if you couldn't already tell, Cory. So, I'll just start with the SYP Open quickly. So, Cory and I are on a team. Scott and Kevin are on a team. Cory and I have been shit talking Scott and Kevin all 2 weeks, 3 weeks, however long this has been announced, we've just been shit-talking one another. So this is great. Scott also likes being choked. I remember now. Scott likes being choked. So in case you're interested in that.
Where's your proof? Where's your proof of this?
Credible sources.
People I know. I am like the Woj of all of like the, insider Squamish information.
The people talk.
It's around the grapevine, Scott. You've got to be paying attention. All right. So we'll get more into the Open later on. First, we're gonna talk hockey. Cory's Maple Leafs are 1 game away from making it to the second round against the Winnipeg Jets. Cory, talk about your Maple Leafs quickly and how happy you are with them.
Sorry, what?
Talk about your Maple Leafs, Cory. Talk about your Maple Leafs for a minute.
They're great. It's just fun not having to cry every night when they play. It's genuinely a relief watching them play and not look shit. I mean, game 1 was a bit scary, but I'm proud. I'm proud.
I should say, so before we go further on, we're doing this podcast over Discord, so the audio is going to be shittier, the video quality is going to be shittier, the connection's going to be shittier, but just throwing that out there. Cory,
Zoom is for losers, change my mind.
Cory, anti-Zoom, which I guess is better than anti-mask. Cory, who are your top 5 Maple Leafs, like right now? 5 Maple Leafs right now.
All right, so I went through this the other day. It's Ilya Mikheyev.
Yes!
And Ilya Mikheyev and Wayne Simmons tied number 1.
The night train.
Yeah, you gotta love him. Wayne Train. Justin Holl is up there for sure.
What?
I hope he goes to Seattle.
Jake Muzzin, because Jake Muzzin does it all. Fucking beauty.
True.
And then I'm gonna go with I don't know, both the goalies tied. I guess you can call it 6 if you want. Freddie and Jack. They have my heart. Greatest tandem in the league
of all time.
Robin Leonard's a bust. Changed my mind.
So
That's actually that's like a actually pretty good take that they are the best tandem in the league, arguably. I'd put them top 3 for sure.
At the start of the year, we were hyping up Price and Allen just looked so bunk all year.
So question, Cory. So your Maple Leafs are 1 win away from beating the Habs. How far do you think the Maple Leafs are going in the playoffs?
They'll go to the conference final.
Okay, they'll beat Winnipeg then.
They'll beat Winnipeg.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Jets are
not very confidently, maybe 6, maybe 7, but they'll beat them.
All right. Let's talk about the other series that went on in the North Division. Edmonton Winnipeg. That was an absolute disaster for the Oilers. They got swept by the Jets. Who could have saw that coming? Thoughts on the Oilers getting mauled? Kevin, I'll start with you. Thoughts on the Oilers getting mauled?
I said this on the pod yesterday that Ian picked today. I was hoping the Jets would win because the Oilers were already blessed with McDavid anyways, McDavid and Draisaitl, and I just love the drama that goes along. And as it keeps going, hockey gets better, hockey gets more popular.
Yeah.
Grows the sport.
The thing with the Oilers-Jets series that was so, to me, is the Oilers couldn't score, and it wasn't even like Hellebuyck was that good. Like he was good.
Top 2 scores
there is the one point I will say about that series is that is a perfect example of what depth does for you. Yeah. The graphic they showed after the second overtime, and they showed the lowest ice times per on each team, and the Jets had 3 players under 10 minutes, and Oilers had 7.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was under 15. There's a few people 12. But there's one guy in the Oilers who had 6 minutes.
Yeah.
It's Jujar and Ethan Bear just riding some pine.
Yeah. Slater.
And then he goes on the ice and gives up the puck.
Yeah.
Bad line change too for the Oilers in the third overtime, which cost them. By the way, Kevin, I don't know why you need to, slander Gaetan Hans like that, or Haas like that.
It's because they didn't play William Lagesson.
That's probably true. Honestly, there's probably some truth to that. Yeah. So shout out to the Jets for going as far as they have, just like we all thought with Pierre-Luc Dubois and Kyle Connor and those boys.
Classic big body Jets. Do you guys see the one tweet? I don't know if you guys know who Pete Blackburn is on Twitter.
Yeah, I think Pete rocks.
Or it wasn't him. It was some other guy. But they tweeted Blake used to Wheeler.
Oh, because of the nut shot he got in the second or third overtime.
Yeah. I texted.
Hold on.
I was like, Blake one Wheeler. Anyone?
Did you guys hear all that nonsense about fucking people being racist to Ethan Bear and all that abuse?
Oh yeah.
What the fuck is going on with that?
Well, because Ethan Bear has First Nation descent, and
Yeah, I get that, Ian. I'm not fucking stupid. But why do people have to go all of a sudden? Oh, it's because he's native and he lost.
Yeah,
he did nothing. He did nothing. If McDavid gave away the puck.
Yeah, McDavid did give away the puck on the last goal.
So it's all McDavid's fault.
They'll be racist to McDavid. Fuck.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's not a great look if you're being racist to Ethan Bear. That dude Ethan Bear is actually good. I actually like Ethan Bear. He's a really good player.
No, he's a good story.
Yeah, it's a good story too.
He's a good story. And he's good for the NHL.
He's my favorite.
Really intelligent players of his heritage, of indigenous heritage, coming into the NHL. And I think there should be more. It'd be cool to see more players. Ethan Bear, Jordan Tutu, even who I've met in person.
I think
Mackenzie Weegar, even, yeah. Cape Price.
Oh yeah, Cape
So,
Price.
yeah, Anaheim Lake, BC.
Wouldn't mind more Filipinos also. At Matt Dumba. Just throwing it out there. Nick Robertson.
Yeah, too.
SYP creator Rav, he sent me a thing the other day where it was a photo of Dumba, who has Filipino descent, and Jujar Kahari, who has East Indian descent.
Can you say that one more time?
Yeah. How do you say it? What was his name?
What's his name?
It's Jujar Kara.
Is it Kara? I thought it was Kara. Oh,
Kara.
I'm sorry.
Kara.
Anyways, I'm an asshole. Go Oilers. Anyways, and so Rav sent me a photo of both of those guys. He's like, me and Keith playing in the NHL, and I just got a laugh out of that. Anyways, let's move it over to other playoff series, because who the fuck cares about the Jets? East Division. So, Bruins beat the Caps in 5 games. And the Islanders defeated the Penguins in 6 games. Cory, I'll go with you first. What was more surprising, the Bruins beating the Caps or the Islanders beating the Penguins?
Islanders were the upset for sure. I just hate Boston, but we kind of touched on this on the podcast that wasn't a podcast last night. I just hate Boston. There's just too much pain there, but it was fun watching the Islanders just make the Penguins look stupid. That was pretty funny.
People say that that's the upset, but are the Islanders really the upset over the?
They're pretty similarly matched. I think everyone's just like.
I feel like
the Penguins were just going to win. They thought they were just going to go play off Crosby and get game over. But
based on the standings, the Penguins were in first place. The Islanders were in 4th. So technically, yes, it was an upset.
I don't know. I thought Islanders.
Technically, Kevin, you're dumb.
I mean, that one line of Clutterbuck, Martin, and Zizekas, I would love to see that line against
Matt Martin is up there for one of my favorite leagues, even though he's not there anymore. He's a beauty.
Yeah. He's a beauty. The Islanders just, again, I think that series was very apparent. The Penguins just couldn't get anything done. They couldn't score. And the Islanders just basically sucked the life out of the Pens, and they won in 6 games. So, go Islanders.
I'm also going to throw out there Tristan Jarry. Not great. Did not have a great series.
Good thing he wasn't a silver tip.
You gonna suck him off like Carter Hart?
I thought the Bruins had a really good series too. By the way, I thought Taylor Hall played extremely well. I thought the Bruins looked really good. I think the Islanders will beat the Bruins, but
continuing off the Edmonton theme, though, it is Eberle versus Hall.
It is. That's true.
Eberle's better.
What? No. Okay. No.
Eberle is built with the clutch gene, though. You see his World Junior performance.
He is. Yeah, that's true.
You're going off the World Juniors that he had 10, 15 years ago, and you're going to say that he's clutch now all of a sudden?
Hey, if he was a silver tip,
let's see Taylor Hall do it. I haven't seen Taylor Hall clutch up once.
Yeah, true. Taylor Hall's been to playoffs how many times before he was with
First time making it to the second round, by the way. Taylor Hall, first time making it to the second round in his career.
He has
we gotta get these guys on
a
more.
Total of 6 playoff goals, and he's scored 3 with the Bruins or something. The guy's dreadful.
Yeah, no, okay. Well, good luck when you play for the fucking Oilers and the Devils in the postseason. That doesn't seem like a recipe.
The Devils were good.
They were not good. They played Tampa Bay. Hall willed them into a playoff spot. I am pro Taylor Hall until he plays the Islanders.
Wait, when he was with New Jersey? Are you talking about when he was with New Jersey?
Oh, bye.
Scott left, so I guess he couldn't handle the smoke. By the way, hey, we're gonna go quickly. We're gonna move to the West while he's not here, so we can talk about the Ducks and make
yeah.
So, what do you guys think about the Ducks?
I don't know why Silverberg wears. What is it? What number does he wear? 33. Just looks shit.
Some stupid number. Yeah. Anyway, so let's move it over to the West Division now, and we're gonna talk about the Avs and the Blues. With the Avs sweeping the Blues, Jordan Binnington, good? Question mark? I'll throw it out there as an open topic for anyone.
As a goalie, that guy is a fucking maniac.
He is in his own head.
I don't understand why he feels the need to always try and fight people.
I mean,
Why can he not just focus on stopping the puck instead of being garbage?
Because goalie fights rock and goalie fights are fun to
Yeah,
watch.
but Ray Emery stopped the puck and he beat the shit out of people because he focused on stopping the puck.
R.I.P.
by the way.
R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. By the way, so the other conversation I want to have from this, Binnington, I think it's fine. I don't know if you give him the $6 million contract, by the way. That seems like a lot.
Does anyone see the resemblance of him and Matt Murray when Matt Murray was on the Penguins? Anyone see this?
Yeah.
That's actually not a bad comp, now that you bring that up. That's actually not bad.
Wins the Stanley Cup, was highly regarded, and now is slowly...
Watch him pull up to Ottawa in a few years.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
Only Ottawa would pick up that contract, too.
Oh, God. And not have St. Louis retain any of it. It's like, yeah, we'll pay that out completely. It's just like, you fucking idiots.
Or Arizona with Hossa, Pronger, and Datsuk's contracts.
That would be cool too. The other question I have from the series is Colorado. They're just on another fucking level, right? Like they're going to the finals.
Well, I think I might have mentioned this on our podcast that wasn't a podcast last night. Whoever wins the Colorado Vegas series, I haven't seen the game, but I'm assuming Vegas is going to win or has won the series.
No, it's going to Game 7 Friday night.
Oh. Game 7.
Vegas, Minnesota, Friday night.
That's news to me. Anyways, I still think Vegas is going to Game 7. So whoever wins the Colorado Vegas series is going to go to the Cup final. That's how I feel about it. So
the Wild literally pulled a Vancouver.
Did they?
Yeah, from 3-1.
Oh my gosh, crazy
against Vegas.
That's gonna be really fun to watch. Vegas, Minnesota, Game 7. That series has been really fun. Like,
did you see Foligno put White Cloud through the glass?
I did not. That's awesome.
I did see that.
That's awesome. You love to see that.
Matt Dumba has a wrestling match with Martinez, and then all of a sudden tries to hype up the crowd. I'm like, you guys just hugged each other to death. I don't know if anyone saw that.
I've not seen any highlights from the game, but I appreciate you providing a running commentary, Kevin. Let's talk about Vegas, Minnesota. Briefly here. I'm going to take Vegas. We're recording this on Wednesday night, by the way, the night before the SYP Open. I'm taking Vegas to win Game 7 at home. Just throwing that out there. I don't know how you guys feel about it.
I'm with you. Go Knights.
Go Knights.
I have no take. I want to see. I mean, I'd love to see Wild win, but
see, the thing is, I got this weird suspicion that they're just gonna do a Burnley and park the bus and might pull it off. You know, they might just fucking just try to weather the storm and sneak one or two, and it might be like a 1-0 game where
yeah, absolutely.
Watch Vegas have 45 shots on net and Minnesota have like 16, and then Minnesota wins 2-1, and it's just like, well, fuck, what else could you do, guys?
I heard the commentators talking about like how Vegas were like game planning to avoid the benches in the second period or something, some weird thing, like avoid transitioning through the ice on the bench side, and it was a bit. I didn't really understand what was going on, but they said that in Game 5, I think Vegas outshot the Wild 21-3 in the second alone.
Yeah. Wow. It was ridiculous, and Minnesota still managed to win Game 5. Like, something ridiculous, and Minnesota still won.
That is their best. I mean, they are a good defensive team. That is their best.
Let's go, Cam Talbot. Let's go.
Hey,
continuing the Edmonton Oilers.
Shout out Spurgeon, the cum doctor.
Oh, let's
go. former Spokane chief, Jared Spurgeon, by the way.
Oh, how do we feel about that?
Cum doctor.
He won the Spurgeon won the Mem Cup in 08 with Spokane against Kitchener in Kitchener, I believe.
If you didn't know, Ian's from the United States of America.
I know junior hockey history. Let's throw it over to the Central quickly. Game 6, Thursday night. we're probably all going to miss it because with Nashville, Carolina in Nashville because of the SYP Open. We're probably not going to be able to watch it. Carolina has a 3-2 lead in the series. How do we like that series? Scott, I'll start with you.
I'm honestly shocked it's still going on. Nashville should have been out in 4 or 5 games, but good for the Reds for holding it together. Carolina wins this game. Shouldn't be an issue.
Who's their goal?
Yeah, I feel like Carolina's got to close this one.
Nedeljkovic for Carolina, Saros for Nashville.
Saros. Guys
Also-
also right now.
Nedeljkovic, whatever name. USA World Junior Legend.
Nedeljkovic rules. I hope he goes to Seattle. I would love him on my
He
team.
looks lights out.
Yeah.
I think Saros has been outplaying Nedeljkovic in this series, but like it's not that Nedeljkovic has been bad either. Like I think he's still been good. It's just Saros has been that much better. But if I had Nedeljkovic on my team, I would be fucking stoked.
That series outside of the Florida, Kevin, I'll just quickly mention this. Outside of the Florida Tampa series, that series has had the most fans of every series,
which is also really fun.
Really cool to see. Yeah.
Shout out to Deep South for not giving a shit about COVID. And then the other thing I wanted to mention, Tampa Bay getting through Florida. That went to 6 games, didn't it?
6 games, yeah, and it's tonight.
6 games, Tampa over Florida. Shout out Spencer Knight, by the way, who's younger.
I was trying to say that, yeah.
Younger than me, closer to my brother in age, and he's winning NHL play. I think he only won 1 playoff game, but still, the fact he's even getting the opportunity.
50% win percentage, good for him.
He made like 36 saves last night. Or
Cory,
2 nights ago. Yeah.
You could have been Spencer Knight, Cory.
I know, just fuck. Mike Klesso didn't pick me for Bantam A1. That was the end of my career.
That was the story. That's what could have been.
Shout out Jason Herger, by the way.
I might have to go through my Squamish minor hockey GOAT rankings and like revisit that and just decide where everybody should be on the rankings. Kevin, actually, SYP creator Kevin is up there on my rankings because he was my captain, I think, first year. And he reeled me in like a veteran with a rookie that I was, and he taught me the way, and I was never that good. But, he was a good leader.
Also the only Pravi winner right now, just saying.
When did you win Pravi? I don't know. Did you?
I won the North Shore Division.
Let's go, Bees.
Who was
Lionsgate North Shore.
Lionsgate C League?
Best goals against in the whole league, buddy.
Let's go.
I actually did the stats on that in first year midget when I played house and Kevin won provincials. Cory had a 2.14 goals against average, which in my opinion is actually really good. Just so you know.
Wow. Did you actually look at that?
I actually like counted, because you played every game for us, right? So I just took the amount of games you played, goals against. 2.14 was your goals against average.
What?
Yeah, for real. That's legit.
Scott is our Dom Lecision NHL hockey analytics guy who's just crunching numbers all the time.
Yo, fucking let me write that down. That's something to put on the wall, man.
Corey for Vesna.
I was in grade 10. First year.
I was grade 10, yeah. You were a good goalie that year. You stopped some.
That's good goalie every year. Fuck yourself.
That's true. That was the only year I played with you, though. That's the thing. That's the only year I played all years. So.
Cory, were you on our team the first year I played in Pee Wee?
Liam? It was you.
No, that might have been second. That might have been second year.
Or
Liam was on my team second year, and I played in Pee Wee.
Yeah, it was you and Neil.
Yes. Let's go back. We'll go back to NHL for a second. Any big surprises that anybody has or wants to mention before we move on here? Any big surprises, hot takes, big takeaways from the playoffs?
No, nothing.
All right. Way too early Conn Smythe predictions. Nate McKinnon, I think, has to be up there. I think for a way too early Conn Smythe winner.
Mark Stone.
So far, I definitely think it's McKinnon. He's playing out of his skin. It's ridiculous.
Can I also
considering how average his? He had a good season, but didn't score much. I think he had single-digit goals, maybe. It was not a lot. And he looks. I think he has as many playoff goals already. He just looks so good right now.
I also wanted to throw out Connor Hellebuyck, by the way, for way too early Conn Smythe.
Yeah. I like that.
I don't think he did a whole lot, to be honest with you.
No, but
I
here's the
think
thing.
he just played solid.
No, but here's the thing. Voters are gonna look at because it's through the whole playoffs, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh wow, this goalie, stop McDavid."
Austin Matthews is gonna rip him to shreds.
Cory, if you're starting if you're building a team from scratch today, right now, are you starting with McDavid or Matthews?
Matthews, Mikheyev, Simmons. It's an easy line. second line, Paulo Kuso, Jimmy VC, and McDavid.
Travis Boyd. Travis Boyd.
Oh, yeah, sorry. No, hold on. I'll scratch that second line and go Paulo Kuso, Jimmy VC, Travis Boyd.
Who's your center? Travis Boyd?
Fucking
Yeah.
Jimmy VC, Jimmy Heaters. He can play everywhere. It
is his birthday today. It is his birthday today.
Is it actually?
Hold on. If you guys want a laugh, go and look at the Canucks tweet, like the Canucks post on Jimmy VC's player profile, scouting report that they posted about him. It's comedy.
Does Nick Patan, I was gonna say, does Nick Patan get on your build a team roster?
No. Nick Dowd. Nick Dowd and Matt Martin.
God damn it, Cory, you're awesome.
Justin
Hall, first line defense pairing.
Yeah.
Okay, Scott's gone.
Okay, back
again. Let's talk about the Ducks. What do we think about John Gibson?
Zegras is a bust. Gibson's really good.
Gibson is also good. In my franchise mode though, he has low value. I almost
do the Ducks, but wait, do the Ducks have the worst jersey in the league though? Overall,
I really want them to bring back the original Mighty Ducks logo.
Yes, they tried bringing it back a while ago, and it just didn't make it didn't even look like the old Mighty Ducks. It looked ugly. They need to actually bring
back to the old one.
I know. Bring back the actual eggplant purple and shit. Anyway, so let's.
I have another early Conn Smythe one.
Yeah, who's your early?
Braden Point.
Whoa, that's a really good one too. That's a good one.
Did you see his goal today?
I didn't watch a single game of that series.
Did you see his goal today?
I did not see the goal today.
Search it up.
I will when I'm done here.
He's good. Probably top 3 most underrated players.
Oh. Well, look who it is.
Oh.
I saw Scott chasing balls all over the golf course.
He was warming up for the Open. He's cheating.
Yeah, he was out there fucking practicing. So I'm here to dog him in for practicing.
2-stroke penalty for practicing.
Yeah, right off the bat.
You guys get a penalty for practicing.
Yeah, I know you were getting tips from Joe. I saw him doing some yoga poses on the first tee, warming up and shit.
That's an extra stroke right there.
That's at least 2.
So
probably
Scully's
3 for being honest.
Penalty strokes already.
When's the game? Tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow at 4:10.
Is this?
Thanks, Will. Appreciate it.
Is this the shit talking session before
the shit talk podcast?
Yeah.
This is where we're just getting it out with one another before we, beat each other up on the course tomorrow. We're just, getting it here.
Yeah, Scott, that is fucking foul play, dude. You cannot be practicing within 24 hours of the tournament. Bullshit. But you know what Cory's gonna be doing? He's moving his bed. He's throwing his bed downstairs. He's setting up a hitting booth with his
about the same. We're practicing all night now. If it's fair game
into the drywall at the end of the bed.
That's fucking awesome. You love to hear that, don't you? That rules.
Ian, you have to YouTube clip just that section of it.
Yeah, I'm definitely clipping that. That fucking rocks. Do we want to talk about the PGA Championship quickly?
Can we talk about Koepka and DeChambeau?
Okay, we'll talk about Koepka and DeChambeau. So let me lay it out. Okay, first. Okay, so obviously, if you don't know, Brooks earlier today announced was the match. What are we at? Match 5. This is the 5th edition of the match.
Yeah.
Which this one is going to be between Phil Mickelson and Bryson.
No, Phil Mickelson and Tom Brady
No, yeah,
versus
it's definitely
Yes.
not Phil Ed Bryson versus Tom and Aaron.
no versus Tom Brady and
It's
DeChambeau and Aaron Rodgers.
Tom and Phil versus Aaron and Bryson.
So Tom and
And
Phil
Bryson,
versus Bryson and Aaron Rodgers. That's going to be the match 5, which is happening, at Big Sky in Montana on July 6th. I don't know when this is happening. Anyways,
Anyway.
but that's going to be the 5th match. So today on Twitter, social media, there were head games played between Koepka, DeChambeau, Brady. I think Phil was even involved a little bit, but not too much because Phil is still taking in his PGA Championship. So Phil is just like, I don't give a fuck. I've won $2 million on Sunday. Fuck you guys. Kevin, I'll go to you first. Your thoughts on the head games and the match, the head games, everything. Quick summary on the day.
I mean, the clip of the interview with Koepka was gold. And then did you see what DeChambeau posted on his Instagram? He posted a snapshot of Koepka from that interview with a picture of DeChambeau on his head, and he was playing a song, and the song was called Rent.
Did you see the post where it was like photoshopped of? It was where Bryson's kissing the trophy from the U.S. Open or whatever it was, and it was like photoshopped to like make it look like he was kissing Brooks. Like in that video where it's just like,
well, do you see Koepka tweeted at Phil?
Yeah,
saying, sorry for your partner or whatever.
He said that to Aaron Rodgers. I love the beef, but I hate the beef at the same time.
Here's the thing. The worst thing I think about all of this was Bryson saying to Brooks, "I live in your head rent free," which that excuse is like a 12-year-old. It's like when you call a kid like a spaz or whatever, and it's just like, okay, that's just a lame. Like you gotta be more creative than that. Like there's better things to do than that. You gotta be better than that, Bryson. And I love Bryson. Like I'm a Bryson guy. I'm a big Bryson supporter. And
no, you're a Bryson simp. Let's make that clear.
I'm a Bryson DeChambeau simp, and I was not happy with his trolling today. I'll be honest.
Yeah, it felt old. Like, you know when you hear like a 11-year-old like say like a meme, and you're just like, oh fuck, like, that's cringy. That's kind of what it was like when they
quote a bad TikTok, where it's just like, okay, that's not cool. Please
I'm getting ripped tonight.
Yeah, that.
All right.
Side note: there is a person, I'm not naming names, but someone your guys' age had posted that TikTok. After
I know. I've seen it. It's disgusting.
I can guess who that person is, but I'm not going to.
Not naming names, but
we can. I can guess who that person is, but we'll talk about it after. Let's also talk about the PGA Championship a little bit. Phil, out of fucking nowhere, at 50 years old, wins a major. Scott, I'll start with you. Thoughts on Phil winning the PGA Championship this past weekend?
Phil's a beast. Let's be real. His game style and how he plays actually suits the ocean course really well. And you had to hit the ball straight. He doesn't hit it miles like DeChambeau or like.
He did not hit it straight.
Everywhere.
He hit bombs off the tee. He does, and he was very good. His short game was very good. He was just dialed all for the whole tournament. And you're right. Phil was hitting bombs, but he wasn't out of control when he's hitting bombs. That was the big difference between him and everyone else. Everyone was out of control.
He was hitting them in the rough, though. I like to see his fairway in regulation stats, where I don't think were that great this past weekend. Like, it very much felt like, especially on Sunday watching, where it's like, oh, Phil hit it in the rough on whatever hole. And or like on fifth. So on the fifth hole, when he had the like up and down out of the sand to like chip.
Did he chip in? Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like, okay, he's in the sand, like he didn't even hit the fairway, but still.
The thing is,
but he didn't play.
He did recover really well. I'll give him that. He did recover. He scrambled well.
The thing is, at that course, you're not going to be in the fairway every time, and he has the best recovery still. Like, he does not hit fucking fairways. He cannot. He just can't. and he always has missed fairways, but it's just like that course when everyone else is struggling, when he has the ability just to do something insane and pull off a crazy par when he needs it.
The best to see.
I saw
he did the backwards.
Yeah.
Once I saw that tweet that he was getting an exemption into the tournament. He didn't even qualify. He got a sponsor's exemption. When I saw that, I'm like, he's either like blowing up and shooting 18 over in the first 2 rounds, or he's winning. Like, there was no in between.
We'll discuss that later on a bit more. The other thing I wanted to say, so I saw on Thursday, like after the first round on Thursday, Phil was winning, and I think him and like Louis Oosthuizen were second, right? Like 1-2.
And
Koepka was there too, and it was just like, oh, this is a really cool story. Phil's winning after round 1. I mean, it's gonna suck because he's probably not gonna win, but it's cool seeing Phil at least leading after the first round. And little did I know he was going to lead the entire tournament, pretty much the entire tournament, and never give up. And he just was a great golfer all weekend. The second thing I want to mention, though, the Ocean Course in South Carolina. That's a fucking beautiful course, and they need to go there more often. That was a really nice-looking course on the beaches. And
it was nice to see the scores, like, not insanely low. Like, it was good to see it, like, pretty tough as well.
Well, yeah, it was. Like, I think Phil.
It's nice, seeing PGA golfers get humbled by a course.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say Phil finished with 7 under, 6 under.
Yeah.
And I mean, you don't. Well, here's the thing: you don't want to see like. I don't know. I don't want to see like Spieth shooting 20 under at the Masters every year. But I don't want to see. I don't want to see it at the U.S. Open where like John Ram wins by 1 over. Like. A difficult but still manageable course. I guess is how I like it. But
I mean, for context, the tournament the week before, was it KJ Lee? Was that his name? Or
the Korean one.
Yeah.
He won by the score. It was 25 under.
Yeah.
And he was playing in a monsoon. The week was a swimming pool, and he went 25 under. How do you do that? Like
that's also very impressive.
It's always good when the course wins.
Yeah.
The other thing I should mention too, I thought the fans were really fucking awesome throughout the whole, especially on Sunday too. I thought the fans were really cool. Again, shout out to the Deep South in the U.S. for not giving a shit about COVID, so they could just have 10,000 people show up and just mob Koepka and Phil. Any other golf hot take? We'll get to the Open later on. Or do you want to do the Open now? I was going to do the soccer, but do you guys want to talk about the Open now?
We're talking about golf, so might as well. Yeah.
Sure. Let's talk about the Open right now. I did a preview blog earlier this week on how I thought about the groups and the course. Cory, you're my teammate. I'll go to you. Your expectations for what the Open will look like on Thursday. Just a reminder, we're recording this before the Open, so you might hear this during the Open, after the Open. No idea. But, Cory, your expectations heading into Thursday's event.
I hope we're just able to finish.
Yeah, that's a good point.
For a couple of reasons. It's meant to bucket down rain and possible thunderstorms. But also, there's going to be a lot of drunken, disorderly golfers. I hope that most people finish, and that's all we can hope for.
Kevin or Scott, you guys can speak on behalf of Team Ram My Woods.
Best team name, without a doubt.
I don't know. I like Foreskins. I think Foreskins is pretty funny. Team Ram My Woods, your thoughts heading into the event on Thursday?
Scott, you want to go first?
Sure. Like again, to Cory's point, it's supposed to rain hard, and that's going to make for some different course conditions. And a lot of people have never played in the rain, so it's going to be a matter of who's going to will their way to victory. Very cliche, but I think the fact is it's going to be
grind.
It's going to be an absolute grind, and I'd be surprised to see anyone break 80. Honestly, with how the conditions break.
On the goals?
Yeah. When it's pouring rain, when it's pissing wet.
Shanked every shot the other day and shot 79 from the goal. It's easy.
Okay.
That's why we drafted Yamato.
That's fight. There you go, Kevin.
Yami shot a 75 on Monday from the Blacks, so gotta hype up the boy. First overall pick, better provide.
There you go.
I'll shout out Jake as well. He shot a 78 last week from the Blacks. So there's been some low numbers posted prior to the round, but who can perform in a situation?
I was talking to Jordan. As long as Scott and Jake can keep it close against Cory and Yami, me, Anthony, and Jordan will do the rest.
It's a bold take right there. It's a bold take.
So, I like our depth versus your depth.
Yeah.
So.
I agree with that.
I should mention this.
Blair.
Yeah, Blair.
Well, yeah, Blair and Hunter.
Blair's going to go low. This is going to be the first time the guy's head isn't going to be off in the fucking woods. He's going to focus and he's going to.
Yeah, Scott, you're against Blair.
Yeah,
Blair shot out a big hot take here. He actually stated that he's going to beat Scott.
Did he? Okay.
Just throw some drama into the woodwork before we get going here. Hey. Blair says he's got Scott on the ropes here, so let's see if he can pull it off.
All right. Looks like we're going shot for shot tomorrow. Well,
the other thing I want to mention, so my brother and I have already been making player bets with one another. We've already said that between the two, between my brother and I, whoever shoots the lowest score gives the other one 2 tall boys. Like the lowest score gets 2 tall boys from the other person. So
I think the loser.
I'd hope you win. He's using 2 clubs.
No, he thinks he's gonna. He thinks he's gonna beat me. He says there's not a chance that I beat him.
I mean,
if he beats you,
it's gonna be close, but he has 2 clubs.
He's not gonna finish 18 holes. Goddamn! And he's gonna get to like 11, and he's gonna be like, "Fuck this shit! I hate it. You guys can carry me on from here." And it's just like
that guy. He's half homeless. He'll do anything for a tall boy. He's for the finish 18.
Ian, if he beats you, you give him a couple hickeys. You give him as many hickeys as he did beat you, like shots wise. So if he beat you by 10, that's
what the fuck is wrong with you, Kevin?
Just place inside bet.
Are we going to see a Ranada game as well?
There should be a Keith versus
if
Kevin.
If Keith gets more pars than you have to suck his neck for an hour or something.
I go over there and kiss him past that door.
Kevin? What's like the minimum you have to beat Keith by to feel good? Like, do you have to beat him by 20 strokes and you're feeling? Like,
it's got to be at least 30.
At least 30.
Yeah. I mean, I'm picking battles with a couple guys, so as long as I beat those guys, that's all I'm happy.
Are you allowed to
hear who it is?
Yeah. Spoil it. You're on the podcast.
No. I've been telling these guys I'm gonna let my game do the talking. As soon as I open my mouth, that's when it always goes bad.
Well, just tell us. Like, you're on the podcast, man. Like, we didn't just have you on here just to it's the one time.
You'll see tomorrow.
Yeah, let the game do talking. There we go. We're good.
All right, so that's the SYP Open Preview. Be sure to check that out Thursday. We might have some video content for you. It's all up to Shmuel as to what Shmuel says we can do and what's approved and what's all good in the hood.
I think we're fine once we're out there.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I ran into someone at the gym today, and they said that they are going to go hide and on one of the holes. I don't know if you guys know who I'm talking about, but
is it Armin?
Nope.
No.
It's Anvir. It's definitely Anvir. No. All right, let's talk about soccer quickly. We have Cory on here, so we're going to discuss soccer briefly. Cory, first, Premier League review, thoughts on the Premier League season and Chelsea. Go ahead.
We'll shout out City. They are the best team. Liverpool kind of got shafted, but kind of shows when you have no depth, kind of like we were talking about earlier in the Jets Oilers. You don't have any depth, you're kind of going to get eaten alive. So, with no Van Dijk or Jordan Henderson. I mean, to be fair to most key players, but they kind of got eaten alive. Like, you kind of need to be better than that. City didn't have Laporte for half the season, and then he came back and he couldn't even get in the team. So, kind of just shows that the depth is what matters. I mean, they scored goals without Aguero. Jesus is garbage, and they still could score. So they played without a striker half the year. They somehow made Ferran Torres look good, even though he's dreadful. So, I mean, they're a good team. United got lucky. Bruno Fernandes, all he does is score pens. He can get fucked. It's not the best
did they make Champions League next year? I haven't checked the standings.
United made Champions League. Yeah, they came in second. Liverpool scammed their way into third after Alisson got a goal from the
Oh my gosh.
The goalie goal saved their season. They almost lost to the last place team, or second last place team in the league.
Arsenal get relegated.
Pretty much, yeah. And then Chelsea squeaked in after losing on the last day. They got Champions League. Chelsea was a confusing season. Sad to let Lampard go, but we look good under Tuchel, so I can really say.
Who's been a team that you've been actually pleasantly surprised by this season in Premier League? Who's a team pleasantly surprised with this season that we should look forward to next year?
See, the thing is, I would say Brighton, but Brighton.
There we go.
They're one of those. They looked really good, but they never did anything. They had so many games where it's oh, they're gonna win. They're dominating, and then they lose to West Brom. And it's you're kicking their ass and you lose. How?
West
Ham. If West Ham, I think Jesse Lingard should move permanently to West Ham. He looked so good. He looked like he was 22 years old and breaking.
You think they were holding him back in Man U?
He just never played. And to be fair, the system didn't suit him. But in West Ham, where they kind of just said, "Here, go do your thing up front, and we'll defend." He looked good with him and Antonio. They're an interesting one for next year if they can hold him, or maybe get Pablo Fornals to finally click and turn into the player he's supposed to be. They might be half decent. Might give the Champions League another run like they did this year.
Who's another absolute, not dog shit, but who's a team who's declined this year and is very much going to decline next year, you think? I
can't really think off the top of my head.
That's fine. We can skip that. We can just go to Champions League stuff.
No, I mean, Arsenal definitely looked better in the second half. Tottenham just looked like they're in shambles, even though they won on the last day of the season. Shout out Bale. That's another loan that they kind of need to try and make permanent. If they can get Bale permanently, that's big. Yeah, I can't really think of anyone. The mid table is the most boring thing in the world.
Wait, how did Leicester do?
They blew it on the last game of the season. They had a really good season, and then back-to-back losses to end the season and cost them Champions League, cost them a lot of money and a lot of brand exposure, I guess, in the Champions League. You're losing out on a lot by missing out on top four.
There goes Vardy.
No, Vardy's there for life, man, and he's gonna keep.
He does seem like the most
50.
He does seem like the most loyal guy.
Oh, I love Vardy. He's such a shithouse. He's like Brad Marchand, except 40.
Jamie Vardy's having a party. Anyways,
imagine Brad Marchand, but Spezza's age.
Huh.
That'd be cool.
Good one.
Anyways, Cory, you mentioned it quickly. Champions League, Man City versus Chelsea Sunday. Prediction, thoughts, go for it. Give you a little spiel in the Champions League.
Chelsea 2-1.
All right.
Pep is not going to be able to solve Tuchel. Tuchel's just going to shut him down, kind of like the Wild thing. Chelsea's going to make him look stupid offensively and then sneak a goal from Pulisic or Werner on the counter. Werner's going to be Werner's one of those players who hasn't performed well in the Prem because Chelsea kind of dominate and the other teams sit deep. But against City, when they play the high line and try to push Chelsea, Werner's going to sneak in behind them and create chances. So I think Werner will play for the final, hopefully alongside Havertz and Mount, and then bring on Pulisic late. But we'll see.
I was going to say game is being played in Porto, which is Portugal, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it is.
Getting my European geography figured out. Scott, Kevin, any of you, do you guys have thoughts on Champions League and predictions?
I haven't followed it very much, but just from watching Timo Werner, he's a game breaker. I think he's
this year, but
he has. But again, he's a big game player. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he's a big game player, and I think he'll show up for this one.
Your boy Alpha.
You know what? I actually genuinely think the opposite. I think Werner is one of those guys who's just like really solid, and his skill could change the game, but he's not proven enough to be a big game player. I'm actually kind of worried that Aguero pulls something out of his ass, and it.
Yeah, that seems a bit concerning.
Yeah, or like Carlos Tevez, you know.
That guy literally left his team because he wanted to take his daughter to Disneyland or something.
Wait, Carlos Tevez, Balotelli striking duo is not a thing anymore?
With Ed and Dzeko on the bench? Oh.
Yeah, Ed and Dzeko. And Joe Hart at the back.
Shout out Yaya Toure.
Yeah.
Any predictions on Harry Kane where he could go in the off season?
Whitecaps.
Good choice. I hope it's a Sounders.
The Whitecaps have a big pay package coming for him, so
interesting.
I genuinely think City will pick him up. Aguero will go. He'll probably go to Barca on way too much money. And then Barca will go bankrupt, which is why they want the Super League. By the way, fuck the Super League.
Yeah.
The only reason why Barca want it is because they're in like a couple $100, maybe $1 trillion or $1 billion of debt. Like they have so much debt. They overpaid on so many players, and it's starting to bite them in the ass. They were looking for a way out, which was the Super League. And but yeah, I think Kane will go to probably Barca, or not Barca, City after Aguero goes to Barca. Yeah, he's staying in England.
All right.
Oh, you know what's a rogue shout is Kane to Liverpool. That would be massive.
That would be cool. that would be fun. All right, we're gonna play a game show to lighten up the podcast. We're gonna play a game called Good, Bad, or Insert Adjective Here. Where basically, I have one thing, Scott. I don't know how many things you have prepared for this.
I prepared none, but I will come up with one.
I have one anyway, so I want to talk. Even if we only have one, that's fine. I want to get your guys' thoughts on. I don't know if you saw this week, Shannon Sharp on the FS1 show. First Things First. No, Undisputed. I think it's that one. Where he called Julio Jones, the Atlanta Falcons wide receiver, live on air and asked Julio if he's going to be back in Atlanta next year. To which Julio said, "Nope, I'm out of there." I want to get you, Kevin. I'll start with you because you seem to know what's up. Kevin, is that good? Was that whole interview good, bad, or insert adjective here?
I pick insert adjective here. It's super bad.
I
saw it and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like you didn't tell him. The first thing that he should have been like was like he's live, because I feel like that's a thing where you just like you mess up relationships and stuff, you know, like you're
the blood rush to his head for sure.
You're talking to a friend. You talk to a friend versus you talking in front of a camera is two different things, you know.
It's I don't know. My thing with it is that some people are just okay with it because of the fact that we only care about ratings and not actual, journalistic integrity. But what do I know?
Ethics,
yeah. Who cares about that? We just care about ratings. Scott, did you have any thoughts on the Julio Jones thing that happened this past week?
Honestly, I didn't see it. It's been a busy week for me. Haven't seen it yet, but I'll just say insert adjective. Questionable. Yeah.
I saw that Patriots are the favorite to get him though.
That's that'll be interesting. I
He
don't
said
know.
he wants to win though.
Well, here's the thing.
Matthew
There's like a bunch of like middling like 500 teams that actually make like the Raiders are another team that makes a lot of sense for Julio Jones, but like they were 500 last year. So like what do you constitute winning as? Cory, I'm assuming you don't care about American football, so I can skip you if you.
Well, judging from what I've heard, it just seems interesting. It seems silly to make such a bold claim in a interview. It's a bit interesting to kind of potentially throw away your career, I guess, like from ruining relations, like we've seen it before in soccer and hockey, where you say something and coach is like, "You're not playing and you're not moving. You're stuck here. Have fun."
I have another thing we could add to this game.
Sure. What would you like to add, Kevin?
Did you guys see what Ron McLean had said during?
That's bullshit. That's fucking nonsense.
I heard that there was outrage. I didn't actually see the video clip of what he said, so I can't speak on it.
I'll give you a lowdown. So pretty much, it was a picture of like Wayne Simmons and Anthony Stewart at like a whiskey party or a rum party, and they're out in the sun with their shirts off, and they were like drinking, and then Ron McLean said, "Oh, they're positive for something," like implying that they were hammered, pretty much.
Oh,
and everyone was taking it the wrong way.
He's like, no, it was like, yeah, I guess that's what Ron was trying to say, but then people thought he was like,
people thought
positive as an LGBTQ plus, like,
positive, or they have AIDS, and like saying that they're like gay, and it was so a bunch of people trying to cancel someone for no fucking reason.
I was just hoping they would not fire him, because if they fired him, I would have been.
Why would they?
I know exactly.
What grounds?
They shouldn't have fired Don Cherry.
It's just, okay, dude. I can't get into that debate.
I agree with that, Kev. But they should have fired him, but he was definitely past his prime. That's for sure.
I have a hot take, but
he was getting a bit dated.
Postponed.
That's a whole other podcast,
let's move on. That's a one-on-one sit-down pod.
Yeah, it is.
Scott, do you have any extra good, bad adjective here, or do you?
No, but we have a massive mailbag, so I think
let's get to the mailbag. I'll let you go to the mailbag and discuss. Although I think one question you actually asked in the mailbag with the Speaker Piece account, because you don't know how social media works, which is fine. I
fucked up now.
But anyways, you go with the mailbag questions, and we'll answer.
Okay. So I have a question from at Ravisher.
Yes.
I have two questions for him. One's for Cory, one's for Kevin. I'll start with Cory here. Does Cory believe that Ilya Mikheyev is what is needed to take the Leafs to the Cup?
Yep.
You heard it here first on Speak Your Piece. Ilya Mikheyev is what's needed.
Is the GOAT. Kevin, are you alive? Is Kevin alive? Kevin's alive. Kevin,
muted. Let's go. Oh, there we go.
Another question from at Ravisher. What does Kev think? What does Kev thinks? That's not English. What does Kev think that the Canucks will do in the offseason?
I was actually just looking at a bunch of things, because they're talking. The Aquilini group gave them the green light to do whatever they needed to do, and they were talking about going the buyout route. So like.
That's buying out, Horvat and Bezer and those expensive deals.
Virtanen is definitely gone.
Oh, Shotgun Jake.
He's gone. The problem, people want, I don't know if you guys know who like Don Taylor and Rick Dollywall are.
Yes, I know who those. Yeah.
They had started a new show together.
Yes.
And they were talking. They had Jeff Patterson on, and they were talking about the way that Eriksson, Beagle, and Roussel contracts are structured. They like the money, the 2-year actually no, it wasn't with them. It was with Holtby. People talk about buying out Holtby, right? And his contract was for 2 years, which would have timed with the end of the Eriksson contract, which is when all their bad contracts are done. But then when you buy out Holtby, you actually end up moving that money for another year, so you're still holding for that for another year after that. Which I don't know why people were even bringing up buying out Holtby in the first place. I'm pretty sure he's going to get picked up by Seattle.
He's not getting picked up by Seattle. God damn it! If the Kraken pick up Seattle, I will fucking.
Yeah, if the Kraken picked up Seattle, that would be.
All right, Kraken pick up Holtby. I don't know. I've had one beer. It's 10:30 at fucking night. We're already an hour into this.
All right, let's move on to the next mailbag question.
Go ahead.
So it's a question from @Keyfark. Kevin, you know this guy pretty well. He asked for one sleeper pick from each team for Thursday. He's referring to the SYP Open. I guess what do we want one from each of us, maybe? I don't know.
Sure. I'll go first. I think there is a potential for Jake to shoot the best round in your group. So I'm gonna go Jake as my sleeper in your guys' group.
Hold on a minute. How can he be a fucking sleeper when he's second overall?
Fine. If we're gonna do it that way, I'll fucking take Neil then. I'll take Neil as a sleeper in our group because he'll fucking sleep the entire tournament. And then
I genuinely think Neil could do well. If he tries, if he can pull it together, I think Neil could do well.
Yep, I agree.
Jordan's a sleeper pick, sure.
Yeah.
On your team?
Jordan went 6th.
Can I say no? I can't say.
Hunter Werner might have been a bust, but we'll see. I'm kind of thinking he might pull one out of the bag.
So what ended up happening with him on his tee time? Is he?
He's at 440 now.
Okay.
You're welcome. The other sleeper I want to throw out there is Malin.
Yes.
I have no idea who this guy is.
That's the thing. I have no idea. I don't know anything about Malin or his golf game.
So it's too bad none of you would be able to play with him. I've played Malin a few times. He was going to be my sleeper pick for sure. So just watch. You three watch.
I mean, he could be really good.
He's on my team.
Yeah, I have no idea. I genuinely have no idea what the fucking deal is with Malin. So
well, all I'm hoping for is no one to cheat.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, looking at you, Kevin.
That's why I tactically put one captain in each group.
Yeah.
I'm
no cheating
on the course.
Pretty sure we agreed to that before. Anyways.
More about the Open. From @Tony Likakos, he's asking for the lowest score prediction for the SYP Open. So I guess just player and their score.
Yami.
What's he shooting though?
69.
69?
Yeah, I'll say
goals.
I'll say Yami. I'll say Yami 75. Just because of the rain. I'll say Yami 75 just because of
74.
But it'll soften up the course a bit. You can attack the pins. It's rock hard at the moment for if everyone needs to fight the.
But if it's still going to be pouring rain when we're playing, that's going to cause issues on its own right. So, I'm going to say Yami's going to shoot low score, but there's going to be a bunch of people within like 5 shots.
It's in 70s.
Nobody. Like, the lowest score should not be higher than 80 tomorrow.
God no. Personally, from myself, I'm feeling 77. But from the golds, that's not even spectacular.
If I break 100 tomorrow, I'll be stoked.
There, huh?
Respect. Yeah. Okay.
There's a bit of 1% type group going on here in this tournament.
What'd you say? I didn't catch all of that. Sorry.
I think there's a bit of a 1% in this tournament. I feel like there's like the few that could probably do something, and then there's the rest.
Yeah, no, that's a very fair point.
Well, that's why I was saying. That's why I said if Scott and Jake just need to keep it close with Cory and Yami, and they'll be fine.
Yeah, Tony, he can put up a score, but I don't think it's going to be anywhere close to the winner. Even for that matter, Blair is on the fringe. He would have to play really well, but Jake and Yami, Scotty, myself. I think it's a 4-way race with a little bit of dark horse action from Anthony or Blair. So
I agree. That's well said, actually. That's well said.
Scott, any more mailbag questions?
Yes, we have 3 more. We'll go through them quick here. From Speaker Piece, so it's actually me. What's wrong with the Oilers? There's a lot of things.
McDavid,
Depth.
It's not as good as Matthews. That's what's wrong with them.
Their blue jerseys. They need to go back to their old blue jerseys instead of not that here's the thing. I don't mind those blue jerseys that they wore during the postseason, but they need to actually go back to their old blue jerseys that they were wearing.
No, they need to go home. They need to go back to the 05 second home jersey. The
that one, the darker one.
Yeah. Those are cool.
So jerseys are the problem with the Oilers.
Jerseys, McDavid, and depth. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
They're too top heavy.
That's also a great point. Okay, so question from Jevin, who is part of the Left Side Heavy Pod. Great guy. Go check out his podcast. Shameless plug, as always. He asks, after the hit on Justin Falk, can you consider Kadri to be another Tom Wilson?
No, he's just a beauty.
No.
Here's the thing. I don't think he's a Tom Wilson. That one I think wasn't that one. I don't think was a malicious. That one wasn't intentional. I think he actually just caught him in a because if you watch that hit and you see afterwards where he was pleading to the Blues where it looked like he was defending him, saying I didn't mean that. Yeah. I don't think that was a malicious hit. I just think he caught a guy over the middle and he hit him in the head. And he is a repeat offender, so you have to give him 8 games. Yeah. And it's the playoffs. But he's not even on the same.
Much.
It's a little bit much. I mean, I think you probably could have got 5 or 6 games, and that's fair. Yeah. 8, I understand. However, he's not on the same level as Tom Wilson. Not a chance. Yeah. Not a chance.
I agree with that too. Okay.
Kevin, did you add anything, or did you want to add anything? Kevin, do you give a shit at this point?
Was going to say no. Well, I feel like he's past those. When he was with Toronto against Boston, that game where it was 2 straight years where he got sussed.
Yeah.
I feel like he's gone past that now. Yeah. I don't think he's anywhere close to being Tom Wilson, though. I don't think he's that type. He just plays he just plays hard.
Also agree with that, and he's also matured since he's been in Toronto a lot. It was since he's been in Toronto, but now with Colorado, he's matured a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, one more question from Brandon Goff. Is Brooks pissed that Phil got exemption to play in the tournament? Would have tied first. I'm assuming Brooks would have tied for first had.
Yes.
Okay.
So do you think...
Is Brooks pissed that Phil got to play?
No. Because you can't be mad at Phil because he kind of deserves to play just based on the fact that he's won 2 majors in the past. And he's still relevant. Yes, he was playing bad leading into it, but he's still relevant. Clearly, he won. Yeah. You can't be pissed that he got to play when you had the opportunity to fucking beat him and you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And Brooks had every opportunity. He missed some short putts. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but he missed some short putts.
Yeah, he does tend to do that. I mean, Brooks is super clutch when it comes to majors, but he does tend to get a little leaky on the putts.
Yeah, I was gonna say if I'm Brooks, I'm not pissed. I'm just pissed that I didn't beat the guy. I'm not pissed that he got an exemption. I'm just pissed.
Yeah, you can only control so much. You can control what you do.
And probably Brooks in 20, 30 years is going to get those exemption anyway, so he can't be too upset if there is even a PGA Tour, if we're not just doing these matches all the time anyways in 20 and 30 years.
Yeah, and the thing that sucks about the matches is that, what are they going to film when they're walking up the fairways? It's just weird. It doesn't flow. Golf's too long to have, a match. You need, a 3... or what you call it? You need 12 players to make it watchable. You could do a mini tournament, kind of like an SYP Open, where you just
shout out
SYP you make Open. It a pro-am. You make it a pro-am, but you make it somewhat watchable because when there's only one group playing on an empty golf course,
Especially when they
Pretty
had
tough
no.
to watch.
Well, I was gonna say, especially when they had no fans. Like they had it for a couple of those matches when there's no fans and there's no outside interaction, where it's just Barkley and Brady or whoever just like, hey, I bet you $20,000 I'll sink this. It's just like, you won't, asshole, and then they don't sink it, and then
Yeah.
It's just them shit talking. Like, it needs to be like there's some excitement there, and like you know,
That's why you gotta be DeChambeau versus Koepka.
Yeah, like it was good content for the time. Remember, at the time, this was like June or July last year. There wasn't a lot going on anyway, so it was like content for something. But I agree with you, Cory. Like now we're getting back to fans are being allowed. Like let's let the fans in. Let's get more groups going. Like great idea, but let's elaborate.
yeah, like
Right.
still do something small and like exclusive. Like you pick like some high market players. I don't know, like you know, popular guys. You pick the JT and Rory, and you just get them with a couple big personality other sports people.
Steph Curry, or I don't know.
I mean, Curry's better than any other golfer. Like he's like +2. Guy's insane.
Yeah, he's insane actually.
But make it a big thing instead of just a foursome playing on a Saturday. Good for you.
any other mailbag questions?
No, that's it. That's all we got. We had a lot today, which thanks to our viewers. Lots of questions, so let's keep bringing them on. Some good questions in there for sure.
Shout out to everybody who asked questions. Kevin, Gabe, anything you guys want to add or say before we end the pod here?
No, hold up.
Kevin and Cory, sorry. Oh, am I getting? I'm so confused.
That's your teammate, bro.
I'm so sorry.
Kevin, I would never get your name wrong. I got your birthday wrong once. I made that mistake. I learned my lesson. Don't worry.
Whose name did I don't even remember whose name I messed up. That's how fucking short my memory is. Did I mess up Kevin?
That shirt is
Cory.
I got Cory's name wrong? Okay, I'm sorry.
Well, I was gonna say thanks.
Cory, I'll buy you a tall boy or 2 or 5 just to make up for that.
Plus one hickey.
Magners only.
Magners? Okay. Do you guys want to say anything before we go here? And
Thanks for having me.
You can say anything about how awful I am. I understand. I deserve it after that mistake.
I'm excited tomorrow.
Yeah, me too.
I hope the weather isn't as bad.
The weather can hold off. But, yeah.
I'm getting vaccinated tomorrow, so everyone hasn't been vaccinated. Go get it. Go get vaccinated.
Got mine on Monday.
Let's go Beast. Team Raw My Woods will win by 4 shots, but we will not have the lowest score. Like as an individual, it'll be a player on Team Foreskins that has the lowest score, but Team Raw My Woods will win by 5 shots.
I'm going for the KPs.
Yeah.
Where is it going to be? Do we know?
I genuinely think that the winning team. I genuinely think the winning team is going to win by a lot, like maybe 20. I don't think it's going to be 5 shots. I think there's going to be a big difference between the two teams.
I can't believe I fucked up. I can't believe I fucked up my teammate's name.
You're in the mud.
What's the other TikTok that's going big around? It's like we fucking suck or something like
Trey is balding.
Soccer chant.
I feel like it's a soccer chant. I can't remember.
We're fucking shit.
Hashtag Trey is balding.
We're fucking shit. We're fucking shit. We're fucking shit.
That feels like it. I feel like we're fucking shit is the chant. Anyways, that's the Speak Your Piece podcast for this week. Thank you very much to Kevin, Cory, Scott,
there you go,
and Big E for not messing up that last one. Thank you very much, everybody, for listening. Kevin, Cory, do you guys listen to the podcast? Do you know where you can find the podcast?
I listen to the podcast on Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts? You can find on Apple Podcasts?
I'm a Spotify guy, but I use Apple
Spotify?
Podcasts.
Anywhere you listen to your podcast.
SoundCloud.
You can search up free podcasts.
Boy, Little Angel on there as well.
I don't think we're on SoundCloud anymore. I think we got the SoundCloud bump the other day. We're also on YouTube, by the way. We're doing some full YouTube clips now. Your boy's been busting out content all the fucking time. It's fucking great. Anyway,
Hopefully we can get some video content tomorrow.
well, I'll use my new fucking thing here where I can start filming people, and we can also do Armin's OnlyFans like he's been talking about for a while now. Anyways, that's the podcast. Thank you very much for listening. Greatly appreciate it. You know where to find a podcast, and we'll be back next week. Peace out.